If you just work on stuff that you like and you're passionate about, you don't have to have a master plan with how things will play out. Advertising works most effectively when it's in line with what people are already trying to do. When you want to change things, you can't please everyone. If you do please everyone, you aren't making enough progress. There's a difference between being obsessed and being motivated. This is a perverse thing, personally, but I would rather be in the cycle where people are underestimating us. It gives us latitude to go out and make big bets that excite and amaze people. It is important for young entrepreneurs to be adequately self-aware to know what they do not know. I think a simple rule of business is, if you do the things that are easier first, then you can actually make a lot of progress. People think innovation is just having a good idea, but a lot of it is just moving quickly and trying a lot of things. People developed planes first and then took care of flight safety. If people were focused on safety first, no one would ever have built a plane. If we want to have the biggest impact, the best way to do this is to make sure we always focus on solving the most important problems. I would only hire someone to work directly for me if I was willing to work for the person. Almost any mistake you can make in running a company, I've probably made. The hacker way is an approach to building that involves continuous improvement and iteration. Hackers believe that something can always be better and that nothing is ever complete. So many businesses get worried about looking like they might make a mistake. They become afraid to take any risk. Companies are set up so that people judge each other on failure. I'd like to show an improved product rather than just talk about things we might do. When I started Facebook from my dorm room in 2004, the idea that my roommates and I talked about all the time was a world that was more open. I started the site when I was 19. I didn't know much about business back then. Building a mission and building a business go hand in hand. People influence people. Nothing influences people more than a recommendation from a trusted friend. A trusted referral influences people more than the best broadcast message. A trusted referral is the holy grail of advertising. The trick isn't adding stuff, it's taking away. The most important thing is to keep your team as small as possible. Entrepreneurship is about creating change, not just companies. You get a reputation for stability if you are stable for years. I'm here to build something for the long term. Anything else is a distraction. A guy who makes a new chair doesn't owe money to everyone who ever built a chair. The companies that work are the ones that people really care about and have a vision for the world to do something you like. People don't care about what someone says about you in a movie or even what you say, right? They care about what you build. Instead of building walls, we can help build bridges. I think that people just have this core desire to express who they are. And I think that's always existed. A squirrel dying in front of your house may be more relevant to your interests right now than people dying in Africa. Don't discount yourself, no matter what you're doing. Everyone has a unique perspective that they can bring to the world. If you actually do something you love, it's a lot easier and takes on a lot more purpose. The question isn't, what do we want to know about people? It's, what do people want to tell about themselves? I generally think if you do good things for people in the world, that comes back and you benefit from it over time. In Silicon Valley, you get this feeling that you have to be out here. But it's not the only place to be. If I were starting now, I would have stayed in Boston. Silicon Valley is a little short-term focused and that bothers me. I think as a company, if you can get two things right, having a clear direction on what you are trying to do and bringing in great people who can execute on the stuff, then you can do pretty well. Openness fundamentally affects a lot of the core institutions in society: the media, the economy, how people relate to the government and just their leadership.